and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you are new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like, and get involved in the comment section down below. So the comments go off like a fan forum every single time. Absolutely love it. Love all of your interactions. So thank you and keep it up. Up the Villa podcast, we are trying to go for an award. So if you can head over to www.footballcontentawards.com and vote on the voting page. We are entering best new content creators. So if you can go ahead and do that, it would mean the world to me. And it just show that all of our hard work isn't going unnoticed. And to be able to be up for an award, to get to a finals would absolutely be huge, you know. So I think it'd be massive for the channel, it'd be massive for myself, and I'd be absolutely buzzing if you could just spare 2 seconds and just go ahead and vote. I'll put the link in the description of this video for you as well. So Aston Villa have got West Ham United coming up on Sunday. It's going to be a really difficult game that I'm looking forward to watching. I can't wait to be back at Villa Park, but you know, I think it's imperative that we get our season back on track. West Ham season has started and they've had an absolute stinker as well. So God knows what their fan base is like, because they've played 3 games, lost 3 games and not scored a goal. So hopefully we can lay a glove on them this time, because in recent games that we've played against West Ham, we haven't even got anywhere near them. We haven't even got anywhere near Declan Rice or Souček to start with. So we've got to lay a glove on that part of the pitch for me, because for however many games we've been playing against them now, we haven't done that well. But there was pleasing signs against Bolton. I thought second half, when we started to get the ball on the floor, we looked a lot better. When we were in command, the shape of the team looked better. We were playing some nice stuff. We weren't just going and looking long. And you know, I just think we've just got to be brave. We've got to show some composure, and we've got to show what we're all about. And I think, for me, there's a good side here. There's a good team here, and we've just got to show our ability and believe. The crowd are going to be bang up for it on Sunday as well. So I think, you know, the whole crowd are going to be behind the side, willing them on. So, you know, we've got to make Villa Park a fortress this season. We've got to make West Ham know that they're in a battle, because at the end of the day, they've got no points, they've scored no goals, and you know, we've got to put them under pressure. If we go 1-0, we've got to put them under pressure. So yeah, hopefully we can start the game really well. So I just want to show you something that I took from the Bolton game before we get into anything else, and that is the average position of the Villa side against Bolton. And I think you can all agree that the shape of the team looks 10 times better than what it did against Crystal Palace. Now, I don't need to be told that it was only Bolton, but look at the average position of our midfield 3. So close together. Against Palace, you've got Ramsey over here, you've got McGinn over here. You could have drove a double-decker bus through the middle of that. Now, that is what we need to be seeing on the graphics in the Premier League. Fullbacks not too far forward. Everybody sort of in unison. Yes, you'd probably like Danny Ings to be a little bit further forward, but the shape of that looked a lot better, and I was pleased to see that, to be fair. So hopefully we can see that something similar against West Ham, if that's the formation that we're going to go with. Shout out to Austin McPhee, because that set-piece routine for that goal against Bolton, the Douglas Luiz corner, was worked on the training ground. So I know we hear in the comments, what does McPhee do? So fair play, shout out to McPhee, because got a goal from a corner. So that was pleasing to see as well. So let's have a little look at what we can expect from the game against West Ham. So head-to-head games in the Premier League, we've played 46 times, 13 wins apiece, 20 draws. We've won 9 of them at home, and we've won 4 away. They've won 8 at home, and they have 5 away wins. Form guide in the last 5 games, so that is sort of including 3 games from last season. They've got 1 point and we have got 4. So they are in sort of woeful form as well. Something that we just need to put them under pressure, make them aware that they're in a game, and sort of turn up, to be fair. Our record against West Ham recently also has grim reading. We've drew 1-1, lost 2-1, lost 3-1, lost 4-1, and lost 2-1. The 4-1 and the 3-1 were absolutely demolition jobs on us. So let's have a look at West Ham's lineup. This was their lineup against Brighton, where they lost 2-0. I thought they were quite poor, to be fair, and it just wasn't really clicking. But one area on Sunday, which is crucial for us to get anything from the game, is this area here. We have to be in and around Souček and Declan Rice, because they absolutely demolish us every single time. Their ball retention and distribution to Jarrod Bowen, Ben Rama out wide if he plays, into this area here, right, is where they win their games, right? Their solid base of Souček and Declan Rice, allowing them to go out wide to these areas here and to get the balls into the channels to Antonio is where they can hurt us. But it's important that our midfield three are close together, are in unison, and are hustling in and around Souček and Rice, stopping them from getting the ball. So I think that's important, and that's an area that I just think we need to do well on Sunday. We really, really need to do well. Their centre-backs are really good in the air as well, so it's important that we stretch their centre-backs, make them move around. We've got willing runners, and it's important that we play some through balls as well. They're good on dead ball situations as well. With Cresswell's distribution, we know how much of a threat Jarrod Bowen is. He does normally score against us, and Antonio does, to be fair. So that's one of those little standard ones, isn't it? So, yeah, I just thought I'd show you their team, show you where I think their threats lie. And I think we've got some more slides coming as well. Maybe we don't. Oh, yeah, we do. So here we have a heat map of where their threats came against Brighton. So it was predominantly down the left and the right-hand side, and also went through the middle. And then let's have a look at some of their characteristics. So shooting from distance is strong. Attacking down the wings, like I've said, they get that ball out wide quickly. They're really good on aerial duels, big centre-backs, big central midfielders. Souček is a threat from corners as well so far this season. Defending of set pieces, protecting the lead is strong. And that's one thing I wanted Villa to pick up on this season. When in front, keep it tight in game management. They're brilliant at game management, West Ham. Their weaknesses, avoiding offside, defending against through balls attacks. So Buendia, Coutinho, Watkins on your bike, get those through balls in. And their finishing scoring chances is very, very weak. The style of play is get crosses in often, attack through the middle, take long shots, long balls, take lots of shots, and they have a consistent, solid 11. So I just thought I'd just give you a bit of a breakthrough of what I think, what I expect. But I just think for Villa, our biggest threat is ourselves. So, we just got to turn up, a solid lineup. We'll get into the lineup on our predicted lineup show, but, I would like to see us go with the 2 up top. I think we sort of get the majority of results when we go 2 up top. Danny Ings is in and amongst the goals again. And we can't keep playing strikers out of form. If you're scoring, stay in the team. Strikers need to stay in the team if they are scoring goals. I think it's behind who's in behind those two. I think there's still probably a little bit of a question mark. Maybe you'd edge towards Buendia, but we'll get into that in the predicted lineup show. But I thought against Bolton, the midfield looks better. with Douglas Luiz in there. I just think he's got that little bit of nous about him. Yeah, I just think the midfield battle's crucial, and it's all down to Villa, isn't it? It's what Villa turn up, We've got a good squad, a good side. If we can start knocking it round, if we can start playing the ball well, we'll have a good chance of getting something from this game. But I want to use sort of like the Man United game as a bit of an example. They got absolutely battered against Brighton, demolished against Brentford, but one game at home against Liverpool, when they were playing with fight, hunger, desire, determination, they were on the front foot. They were making it difficult for Liverpool. And that turnaround was pretty remarkable, to be fair, because I thought they were done and dusted. So to get that level of performance when they've been battered twice just shows that we could do the same. If we apply ourselves correctly, we can do the same. So let's take one game at a time. I really dislike in football when people say, and Sky Sports are the worst for it, look at Villa's next 3 games. Well, you've got to play the first one first. You can't look at 3 games and just go lose, lose, lose. You've got to go one game at a time. Steven Gerrard is not looking at the Villa fixtures and thinking, on a Friday night, we've got Southampton at home. We've got to win that. He's only predominantly looking at the first game in front of him. So I think we've got to do the same. We've got to take one game at a time. Let's get a good result from West Ham. I'll be at the Emirates. So I'm looking forward to that game, to be fair. I'm really looking forward to that one because they are in fine form. They're smashing it. And, it's like, I don't want to look at Arsenal as well as an example because, they were in the relegation zone last season. After the first 4 games, they were in the relegation zone and they turned it around. But I don't think they turned it around just that season. The season before, that they were doing well. They were building foundations, and their fan base is toxic. And they wanted Arteta gone, done and dusted. The lot of them did. But he stuck to his core principles. He turned it around. And we're still in this transfer window as well. So we've got players that are going to be coming in. I know that we're working on a few deals as well. So it's exciting to see what we've got coming in. Let's get to the end of the window and just be positive. Let's just try and be positive. You know me, Villa fans. I'm super positive. I'm very, very rarely negative. I'm not deluded. I do know what goes on. I do know what goes on and what I don't like, and I can tell you that some of the stuff that I haven't been impressed with, but you got to look for the positives. I can't sit here and be doom and gloom and think this ain't going right, this isn't going right. The formation and the system has got to be worked on. That's the bottom line for me. But I saw them on against Bolton, sitting there all together, discussing what was going on and the plan. I saw Critchley getting up more, so I think he's got a bit more of an impact now, which I think is going to be good. So, yeah, I'm trying to remain positive. I'm looking for the positives. I think we can get something from the game. I think it's going to be a difficult game, but I think with West Ham's start to the season, we've got to put them under pressure. We've got an abundance of creativity. If we can keep it tight at the back, if we can win the midfield battle, which is going to be difficult. And yeah, I would take on Sunday, I would take a point. I think I'd take a point. Against West Ham, I would take a point because I think that would be a decent result against this West Ham side. If we can get the win buzzing, I'd be over the moon. I think they are there to get a win, but I think I'm just going to play it a little bit safe and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. So Villa fans, please vote for us on the Football Content Awards website. It would mean the world to me and the guys that do this podcast with me. Thank you for your support. Predicted lineups will be out Thursday evening, probably late-ish. So I'll record that after work. Thank you for support. Subscribe to this channel. Remain positive. Up the Villa.